Australia captain Aaron Finch announced his shocking retirement from one-day international cricket. Finch, in his last one-day international match, will now face New Zealand. His aim will now be to successfully defend the T20 World Cup title, a feat that no captain has been able to achieve so far. After winning the first two one-day internationals, Finch will be aiming to secure a victory in the final match of the series against New Zealand. A victory in his 146th one-day international will also help Finch claim a whitewash against the Kiwis. Finch had made his one-day international debut against Sri Lanka at the Melbourne Cricket Ground in 2013. He could only manage to score 16 runs in that game, but the Aussies did win the fixture by 107 runs. Finch failed to do anything impressive in his debut one-day international encounter, but it did not take too long for him to showcase his class. He notched his maiden one-day international century against Scotland later that year. He had pulled off a fine knock of 148 runs in that game. In 2019, Finch brought up his highest one-day international score against Pakistan. He smashed 11 boundaries and 6 sixes to reach 153. After playing 145 one-day internationals, Finch managed to score 5,401 runs at an average of 39.13. He has 17 centuries and 30 half-centuries. Finch's last one-day international century was against India in November 2022 at the Sydney Cricket Ground. With this century, he took over Adam Gilchrist to clinch the third spot in the list of most one-day international centuries by an Australian. Finch, with 17 one-day international tons, finds himself in the elite list just behind Ricky Ponting, David Warner and Mark Waugh. Finch was appointed Australia's permanent white ball captain after the infamous ball tampering scandal in 2018. A year later, he led Australia to the World Cup semi-final, but they were eventually outclassed by England at the last four stage. Finch was an integral member of Australia's World Cup winning squad in 2015. In 2021, he led the side to a remarkable T20 World Cup title. The year 2022 has been a tapered one for Finch in terms of his one-day international performance. In his last 7 innings, Finch could only manage to score 26 runs. Overall, he has scored just 169 runs in 13 one-day internationals this year. After his one-day international retirement, Finch will fully focus on T20 international cricket. The T20 World Cup is scheduled to be played later this year in Australia. Finch will want to become the first captain to win 2 consecutive T20 World Cup titles.